How to be miserable fast. This will work regardless of where your current situation in life is. Misery is a state of great unhappiness and emotional distress. I'm going to make sure to cover how to be miserable in every single aspect of life, starting with career. And this one is pretty easy to be miserable in. You just have to shift your perception of what doing work means. Think about it. Work is something that you have to do 4 to 7 days per week. So when you're working, try to only focus on what you're going to do after the workday ends or on the weekends, when you're going to be able to spend all the money you've worked really hard for, just to do it all over again, week by week. An even better way to think about it is you are working almost every day and every week of your life just to buy a better car, apartment or house, clothes, upfigure TV, go to fancy restaurants, and maybe even burn all of your savings on a 2-week vacation that you can then think about and talk about the rest of the year. Some call this the rat race, but I'm not sure it's a good analogy because rats don't really seem miserable in the sewers, do they? Finance. Here, it might take a little effort because you'll have to go through a short phase of actually enjoying it before it becomes miserable, but the principle is pretty simple. You spend more than you can afford. Try to spend money on things that don't actually improve the quality of your life and you can't afford the newest iPhone, excessive home decoration, and expensive jewelry or clothing. I'm sure this is going to be really easy for you. Actually, never mind about the part of it being enjoyable for a while. If you track your expenses and see how they're racking up one by one, I'm pretty sure you'll feel miserable seeing how that number is increasing in proportion to your income. Friends and family. Make promises but don't actually follow through with them. This will make sure that the people around you will stop taking you seriously. Isolate yourself from the people close to you and make sure to never let them know what they mean in your life. Criticize your friends and family members by saying things you would not say to them when talking to them face to face. When they find out there is a difference between how you're talking with them compared to when they're not around, they will stop trusting you and ultimately spending time with you. Repeat this process for every single person you care about, and then you're guaranteed to be left alone. Family members are a tricky one because typically they have unconditional love for you, but they can also stop respecting you and talking to you. So you'll get that accomplished as well. Don't worry about it. Romantic relationships. The fastest way to ruin this part of your life is by excessively watching sexualized content, which will lead you to objectifying human beings. When looking for or having a significant other, have the expectation that they will somehow magically fix all your life's problems. Try to find in them something that you can't find in yourself. Expect that they will fill that gap for you, and when they don't add up to the expectations, build resentments towards them internally until at some point you can't take it anymore and you will take it all out on them when they put the fork in the wrong drawer. Expect that every moment spent with that person should be exciting, and in moments that it isn't, just think to yourself, maybe this wasn't meant to be. Start and stay in relationships only because you're afraid to be alone, and hope that you'll be able to fix that person along the way, because nobody's truly evil, right? The next one is health. This is pretty simple. Have an inconsistent sleep schedule and make sure not to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. This will make sure you are consistently tired, stressed, and can't focus. You can also choose to start an unhealthy addiction that is really hard to quit. Basically, just choose your Pokemon. Nicotine and alcohol are the traditional ways and are really accessible. Drugs, that's a bulletproof approach that will really ruin your life. But there's also other options to ruin your health even more. Have an unhealthy diet. Use food to cope with stress and only eat processed foods. And if you don't feel like eating, what's the point of eating if you're going to be hungry tomorrow anyway, right? Another thing you can add on top of that is avoiding exercise like the plague. This one is really effective because it will help you ruin your physical and mental health at the same time. Fun and recreation. Most people are really good at this part of their lives, and there are some who allocate most of their energy and focus on it. But there's definitely ways how you can make even the fun part of your life miserable. Have fun in a way that does not introduce any new meaningful experiences or useful skills to your life. Let's be honest. Netflix just gives you new topics to talk about in conversations. It doesn't really make you culturally educated. And the increased reaction speed with all the focused effort put into playing video games won't actually result in anything productive in life. I'm sure when you do meet the people you admire in life, they'll be beyond impressed by the high-level character you have developed in the role-playing game. Secondly, make sure to always be stressed about the problems you're having in life. When you're having fun, make sure to think about work the same way you're thinking about drinking margaritas on the beach when you're working. Personal development. Prioritize happiness over meaningfulness. Overstimulate yourself by watching as much social media as possible. And make sure to only watch entertaining or shocking videos. Always do what is easy and pleasurable. I mean, one cookie can't hurt, right? And don't forget to turn all the notifications in your phone and pick it up every time you see one. What you know you should be doing for your personal goals will always be competing with all these stimulating activities. In addition, you can watch personal development videos without ever implementing what you're learning from them. Or just stopping when the principles become too hard to follow, right? Avoid setting goals. This way you will have no direction or purpose in life. Remember, you can always just draw a bullseye wherever you end up in life and just say, yeah, this is where I was supposed to be. And to really make sure you're miserable, make promises with yourself, but don't follow through with them. Spiritual. The fastest way might be excessively watching sexualized content. Are you seeing this being a recurring topic or across the areas? This is a pretty effective tool, right? This way, you're not allowing yourself to be mindful enough to reflect on yourself about the life you're having and where you want to go. Don't be grateful for what you have. Always compare what you're having right now with what everybody else is having, with your past experiences, and try to find ways of how this could be better. I mean, it's cool that I just got a raise, but my next door neighbor, Johnny, he's younger than me. He bought Bitcoin when it made sense, and now he's driving a Tesla. Refuse to forgive people. Let the negative emotions consume you and make your subjective perception of reality full of resentment and anger. But you know what? I got a bonus tip for you. Go to jail. I've never actually been there. I imagine it's designed to make people not want to return there. But hey, at least it's free food, shelter, and finally you got time to chill, right? Just please, don't do anything that results in being in jail, also include harming others. They're doing the best they can to be decent human beings, and they don't deserve it. The crime can be just as simple as not pressing the like button on this video. I'm serious. If you don't do it, I'm going to have to arrest you for not letting more people know about this video so they can reflect on their lives and realize that their lives could be so much better if they just fixed a few aspects of their lives. In case at some point you would like to start living a fulfilled and meaningful life, do the exact opposite of everything I have said in this video so far. But I'm serious about pressing the like button. Watch this video next. The algorithm thinks you're going to enjoy it.